Outdoor Colorado is sponsored by Maverick, Adventure's first stop.
All right, who's up for an adventure? Outdoor Colorado is officially back, and we can't wait to explore your favorite places in our great state. For the next 5 months, we'll be choosing places to explore based on your recommendation. And for our first installment, I thought we'd check out one of Colorado's most beautiful and tallest landmarks. Take a look.
All right, Kenny, the first Outdoor Colorado adventure. You getting excited?
I am excited. We're filling up the car, and then I also got some electrolytes with my Adventure Club card because I'm going to need them for where I'm going.
I'm excited to see where you take us. And don't forget, Maverick is Adventure's first stop.
This is your final boarding announcement for the noon train to the summit of Pikes Peak. All aboard.
Welcome aboard the Manitou Springs and Pikes Peak Cog Railway.
It's the highest cog railway in the world, the most stress-free way to ride up Pikes Peak is what I like to say. You just get to sit back, let us do all the work.
Built in 1889, the railway has been climbing the mountain for over a century. And now in 2025, the train still follows the original pathway founded back in the steam era.
It's incredible to be able to come up here. Unlike a typical railroad that you would see down in town, we have a center rail, a third rail, and we have a cog wheel underneath the trains. And the cog wheel is where we get all our traction and braking from, and that's what makes us have the ability to climb the 25% grades that we encounter on the mountain.
It was actually so difficult to traverse for our poor steam engineers back in the 1800s.
Pikes Peak sits at an elevation of about 14,116 feet. Our railway actually kind of runs adjacent to it for a little bit until we eventually cross over onto the mountain.
The ride to the top takes you past historic and natural landmarks.
Make sure to keep your eyes peeled down and close to the tracks as we're actually coming up on one of our very first waterfalls of the journey today.
But the crown jewel of the ride is the view just beneath the summit.
You go up through an area we call Inspiration Point, which we tell people is where Catherine Lee Bates got the inspiration for America the Beautiful. You look back out, you see Colorado Springs, you see all the way out to Kansas, Oklahoma, Wyoming. It really, you get an appreciation just for, what a marvelous engineering feat it is to come up a railroad up the side of a mountain like ours.
And as you step off the train, the inspiration that Catherine Lee Bates felt is hard to miss. Just make sure you bring a jacket.
So you're going to lose between 30 and 40 degrees in temperature coming up here. And so, just depending on the day, like today, I think we're probably in the 45-ish degree range. When it gets up to around 100 down in Manitou, you can actually come up here and have a nice 60-degree day and feels great.
Beyond the chill in the air, the real highlight is the views on top and the history waiting for you at the Summit Visitor Center.
For many, the Great Mountain was the first thing they saw when crossing into the Colorado Territory at the end of a long and arduous journey.
Now, I have people come out all the time from places like Florida or Texas especially that have never been higher than maybe 5,000 feet before. So this is a first in a lifetime experience for a lot of folks. And that's why we try and make it so special too.
And for the ones who gaze upon Pikes Peak from down below, if you don't mind a little hit or miss weather, the experience at the top of the summit is totally worth it.
I have people from Manitou and Colorado Springs who come on board the train, and the whole time they're always shocked. They're like, I didn't even know half the stuff you talked about when I lived here.
Well, hey, there we are, stepping off the train right here in Manitou Springs, but Pikes Peak, wow, was that incredible. And if you're a local who hasn't been to the top of Pikes Peak, what are you doing? It's something that you have to see once in your lifetime. See, wasn't that just incredible? I know you're probably wanting to go too. Of course, you can't control Mother Nature when you're up at the summit. What you saw, that snowing stuff, that was actually grapple. And take a look at this behind the scenes right now. This is me walking on the train. I've got grapple all over, but look at my hair. My hair is standing up on end because of the electricity in the air. A storm was rolling in. Gotta protect the hair. That's the most important part, huh? And of course, Outdoor Colorado has been sponsored by Maverick, Adventure's first stop. And if you're ready to explore more and win with Outdoor Colorado, help us put a spotlight on Colorado's best outdoor spots. Thanks to Maverick, Adventure's first stop, you can enter to win a $100 gas or gift card every month. Just head to fox21news.com/contests or scan the code to make your pick and enter to win. Catch Outdoor Colorado on Living Local and discover the outdoor adventures waiting for you right here. Of course, look at there. Garden of the Gods, 50%. Red Rock Canyon, 50%. I've been to Garden of the Gods plenty of times. I can confirm it is pretty gorgeous over there. And of course, you can enter today too. So that's pretty cool.